me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Let's go. I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, gotta fill the engine. In my thoughts.
We're back down to earth again. We're going to go over the recap, and we're going to start off with the offense and the numbers that we put up. If you really look at it, man, didn't do half bad. 20 points is not the greatest, but a lot of penalties. I think it was 9 penalties on the day. You know, that Eichenberg one kind of put the nail in the coffin, but there were a lot of things. So Tua's day right now is 25 for 35, 71 completion percentage, 282 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. We'll talk about that. Devon Achane, 8 attempts for 101 yards and 2 touchdowns. That goes with Tyreek Hill's 14-yard. Raheem Mostert did nothing today. It was like 7 attempts for 9 yards. Tua had a couple rushes to keep the drive alive. I don't think Tua played bad. He played okay. You know, I mean, I think it also has to do with that, again, when your defense, well, we'll get into that later, but Tyreek Hill, 3 receptions for 58 yards. Jalen Waddle, 4 receptions for 46 yards. Braxton Berrios, 6 receptions for 43 yards. Durham Smythe, 4 receptions for 41 yards. Raheem Mostert had a couple of receptions. Devon Achane had a couple of receptions. Now let's talk about this defense. And we'll talk about this defense. And then we'll go back to the offense. Number one, a lot of people are saying, you know, Vic Fangio is going to correct it. Vic Fangio is going to get it right. You know, Vic Fangio this, Vic Fangio that. It's the players. I'm going to tell you right now, we had the same players last year, and the Buffalo Bills did not put this many points up against us. We were complaining last year about the defense, and they did not put this many points up against us. Most teams didn't put this many points up against us. I mean, for the sake of it, Denver Broncos put up 20 against us. Even in a blowout, still 20 points against us, and we were killing them. And the only reason that they did that was because we had a couple of forced fumbles by Javon Holland. The Chargers put up an astronomical number against us. The Patriots have no offense, and they still put up 17. And that Patriots offense has no weapons. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have 0 weapons. And they still ran the ball against us. I think this defense, you know, we'll talk about the players, but I'll be real with you. That's what you use the offseason for. You go and get the players that you need to have on this team, and we'll go over them. David Long has been one of the most underwhelming pickups that I've ever seen, because the one thing that came into the offseason is that he doesn't stay healthy. Well, he's healthy. He's just not a good player. Jerome Baker has been taking a huge step back this year. The only player that I see of any significance is Javon Holland. That's like the only. Caterco, who is good, but he got smoked today. Xavier Howard, he needs to go. I mean, I don't really know what else to tell you. Just the pure fact that Cater was on Stephon Diggs and not Xavier Howard, I mean, that just tells you everything. Xavier Howard's supposed to be the guy. You know, it's supposed to be Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard. And Xavier Howard is on Gabe Davis. Oh, another player that I think is any good, Andrew Van Ginkel, the only one that I think gets any pressure on the quarterback. Bradley Chubb has been garbage. He's just straight trash. I think we need to trade him for whatever we can get for him, because he does nothing. Every week he does nothing. 1 tackle, 1 assisted tackle. That's what you get paid the most on this defense for. 1 tackle. One tackle. 1 tackle. You get paid $50 million to tackle 1 time in the game. Unacceptable. Zach Salad deserves this contract. I think he's great. at what he does. Christian Baker, I think Christian Wilkins, I think he's gone after this year. You wanted this big old contract. You're not contributing at all. Like I said, it's literally just Javon Holland and Andrew Van Ginkel. That's the only two players that are any good in this defense right now. Like I said, Christian Wilkins, a lot of talk, but no bite. He's just doing nothing this year. He's supposedly have come in, significantly better and is doing nothing. I understand it's the players too, but also this coach. Like I said, last year we had the same players, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't remember anybody ever scoring almost 50 on us. That never happened. We let up stuff to teams, but never did we get scored 50 on us or 40 something points twice. That never happened. So again, you need to blame the coach, because the coach can talk all he wants of this big boy standard of it, this and that, and he's not ready. And why don't you make them ready? Because every week we come in and this defense looks not prepared for anything. That comes down to the coach. And you can be this serious face dude all you want. You're not producing anything. Mike McDaniel inherited a offense that was abysmal. And guess what? First year, turned it around. Didn't blame the players at that point. Okay? So we have the same defense that we had last year. And don't tell me there's no stars, because we have Jalen Phillips. Christian Wilkins used to be a star. We have Javon Holland. We have more stars on our defense than we do offense. But this coach can't figure out anything. I'm not making any more excuses. I need to see something from this guy. Make a trade. Do something. But as long as you're sitting up there in the box, analyzing the whole field and accomplishing absolutely nothing. The fact that you see Cater Co. who get burnt, not once, but twice, and you put him on Stephon Diggs one-on-one again, and he gets burnt a third time. The fact that you even had him in that position in the first place, just like all the other teams are doubling Tyreek Hill, maybe you take a conceptual analysis and say, maybe we should double cover Stephon Diggs. I don't know. That might be a good idea, instead of having him single coverage in the red zone. This is just, it's pathetic by this guy. And again, you talk about Christian Wilkins wanting a contract. You talk about some of these, Bradley Chubb having this enormous contract. Vic Fangio got paid just as much as McDaniel, but McDaniel he's providing an offense. The offense was moving the ball. We didn't score a couple times in the red zone, but honestly, if this defense stops and gives us a little bit of momentum, we probably have that momentum to score. Tua didn't do bad. He threw that dumb interception, but it's because he was trying to make something happen, because we just couldn't do anything. And even still, we still did stuff. We still scored. It's just when your defense consistently is letting up not just one or two big plays, but every time the offense on the other side gets the ball, they throw it for 50 yards. Momentum is a big thing in football. It's just the pure fact of it. And if your defense is letting up everything, every single game, every game, this defense is letting up something. What are you supposed to do? Doesn't even matter how many points. You have to score 50 in order to beat teams. You have to score 50 points every single time. It's not a good team. Though I digress. I'll stop talking about Vic Fangio because it's just going to get me more and more frustrated. Another big thing today is that Jalen Waddle really wasn't much of a factor. None of our receivers were a huge factor. It looks like we have to figure something out, because teams are starting to, the good teams, it seems, like the 49ers last year, the Bills. I don't think our offense is bad. I think we'll still score points. We scored 20 points in this game, which, in most games, when you have a competent defense, that could keep you in the game. You know what I'm saying? Heck, there was a point we could have went up 28, 28 points is a lot in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So when Jalen Waddle, obviously was called back because of Eichenberg, being garbage like he always is. That could have been 28 points that we put in this game. The offense is doing what it needs to do, Any team that puts up 20 to 28 points in a game, that offense is fine. You look at some of these games, they're putting up 14, 17. This offense consistently consistently is putting up 24 to 40 points a game. That's doing your job. But this defense, I can understand if we have someone that's a nobody, but you're paying a defensive coordinator. This will be the last thing I talk about. You're paying a defensive coordinator to come in and make this defense better. And these teams are scoring in abundance of points. And it's not even like it's hard worked, like 12-minute drives. It's like 1, 2, oh, there's 50 yards. Touchdown. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And like I said, it's miraculous that last year, us Dolphins fans, including myself, blamed Josh Boyer. And we're like, oh, the players are playing well. It's just Josh Boyer is not putting them in the right position. And now you have VIC FANGIO, the guru, apparently, which I thought he was too. Apparently not. And now it's the players. It's the same players. It's the same exact players. I don't want to hear this crap anymore with these people defending this coach. It's the same players. The same exact ones. There's nobody new. And if they are, they're not playing well. I don't understand it. It's a telltale sign. Obviously, we played the Bills, so they're a very good team, of course. But isn't that what we're looking to do? To compete with the best teams in the NFL? I don't want to beat the Denver Broncos, a 1-3 team. I want to beat San Francisco. I want to beat Buffalo. I want to beat good teams. And it seems like every year with this type of team, we can't beat the good teams. I'm getting frustrated. Tua played fine. If you stop him a couple times, I think Tua can still move the ball. We didn't have to throw the ball. He threw it 25-35, 71 completion percentage, 282 yards, a touchdown, and interception. If you look at all the other quarterbacks, not a lot of them had stats like that. And he rushed for a couple first downs to keep us in the game. But this defense is just, I think that's the thing of the game. This defense is just hot garbage. It's hot garbage. It's been all year. It's not like one time that I said, oh, this defense is okay. No, even last week when we scored 70 points, the defense got a couple forced fumbles from Javon Holland, but other than that, they were moving the ball against us pretty easily. Yeah, I don't really know what you can do at this point. It's just that the defense just needs to get better. I'll have a deeper dive on this later on. Our offense just needs to score 50 every game. That's what we got to hope for with this team. It just has to score 50 in order to beat these teams. Because we're playing Patrick Mahomes, we'll be playing the Cowboys, we'll be playing a bunch of teams that can score a lot of points. And our defense can't do anything. Again, it's been multiple years that our defense has just been garbage. So I guess the recap of this game is that the Dolphins need to score 50 or 70 in order to win games. If not, the other team is going to beat us. But hope you all have a great rest of your day. We're going to be okay. I think we need to fix this defense. In order to play if we want to move on in the playoffs, which obviously Jalen Ramsey is going to come back, that'll make a significant help when he comes back. Jalen Phillips hopefully comes back next week. That will help. Because I think, honestly, at this point, you take Bradley Chubb out, you put Andrew Van Ginkel and Jalen Phillips in, and we'll call it a day. We'll trade Bradley Chubb for like a fourth or a third. I don't even think we'll get that for him. We'll probably trade him for like a fourth. Get him off this team. Get some contracts in. See what we can do, because this guy stinks. But offense had a decent day. Offense was all right. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm a little frustrated, but we'll move on from this. We'll learn. We'll hopefully get better. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Fins up, baby. Peace. Oh, and join the Discord or the membership if you want to be a part of the Discord. I put the Discord in the membership so that you guys can join and I can finally associate and talk and do all that stuff with you guys. I'm not very technologically savvy, so I'm working my hardest. See you guys next time. Peace.